Well, we just made a deal to open storefronts at both malls. They're not cheap, but the locations are great.
Did you commit to them?
Well, you bet. We had to snap them up before Herb's people started negotiating for them. But, Victoria, we talked about this before. You were all in favor of opening storefronts all over town. What's the problem?
These are the results of the poll that you commissioned after Herb announced for mayor.
But this is great. I mean, if the elections were today, you'd win by a landslide.
Look at the reasons why people say they're supporting me.
Well, they think you'll win the war on drugs. They think you're honest, stable, secure. You're a successful businesswoman who's managed to raise a family. You have a successful marriage.
You tried to warn me. I was the one who refused to admit that the image of a woman with a successful marriage was important. Now that I'm about to shatter that image, I realize that my chances of winning, Roger, are slim to none. I think I might just as well pack it in right now, bow out gracefully, and throw all my support to her.
Hi.
There's my little honey buns.
Just open a beer. You want this one? I have another one.
No, thank you.
I was starved. I didn't get a chance to eat at work, so I just threw a little snack together. You want to join me?
No, thanks. I'm not really hungry.
Are you mad at me because I missed Dorian's little soiree?
No, sweetheart. I know how busy you are at the studio. Not at all.
So, how was it over there, other than long?
It wasn't that bad. It was an hour, maybe 90 minutes at the most.
Bummer. Too long. So, one of the dancers fall on his keister, or did Dorian give you a lot of heat about Viki running for mayor?
No, the dancing was great. Deborah was just terrific, and actually, Dorian behaved herself.
Why do you act like you've been to a funeral?
Bo, I can't tell you the fiasco that I witnessed this afternoon. If I don't do something to help Raymond, and soon, he is not going to be crowned King of Mendorra.
What's wrong? What's wrong? You in pain? What? What is it? What's it? Oh, God. It was a bad dream?
Oh, it was terrible.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all over now. It's only a dream.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one life to live.
It's okay. It's okay. You're safe now. You're always safe with me.
But you're never going to be safe with me. I never should have left the convent. I should have stayed and insisted that you started a life with someone else.
You've got to get rid of this guilt. God did not want you to be a nun. He wanted you to be my wife and Al's mother. And he wanted you to make lots of brothers and sisters for Al. That's the whole plan. We're going to live happily ever after.
Oh, I want to believe that.
This is our beginning. This is it. It's all going to work out for us. We got to forget about the past. We got to forget about the mistakes. It's going to work out. Nothing's going to happen to us. Trust me, nothing is going to rain on our parade.
I love you so much.
I love you. Now, isn't that enough to tell you that we're going to get through this? Don't you believe me?
Yes.
We got to think of a way to seal this love.
And a kiss.
That is very nice. But I was thinking of more of a big-time guarantee that we would remember today as the beginning of all good things for us.
Well, see, we could light all the candles again and fill the tub up with rose petals.
That was great, but no. I'm thinking of a long-term guarantee, something very solid. Say along the lines of a wedding ceremony. We're going to get married tonight.
Wow. Raymond almost fell off the stage?
Yep. He was so disoriented. It really broke my heart.
Well, if he can't even walk across the stage, how's he supposed to rule his country?
Yeah, right. I'm sure that's what most of Mendorra is wondering, not to mention all the other people who saw the broadcast.
So Dorian wasn't exaggerating.
No, she was totally shocked. I mean, the color just drained out of her face. I thought she was going to faint.
She's the one that's been leading the parade to get him to turn the throne over to his brother.
Look, all I know is that Raymond is still the heir apparent to the throne. He's totally capable of ruling that country. He just needs a little time to learn how to cope with his blindness.
Well, after you teach Megan what to do, she can go over there and help him out.
Sweetheart, there is not time to teach Megan. Raymond needs help now. And I've already tried to find someone else at the center who's capable, but no one is available on such short notice.
Isn't there someone in Mendorra or Austria or someplace in Europe? A therapist?
Look, I don't know how I can recommend someone I don't know. You know how Raymond resisted therapy. If I sent someone over, someone he didn't even know, he'd just send them away.
So what are you saying? That there's no solution to this problem?
Sweetheart?
Or that you're the solution?
I don't want you to think that I'm postponing our wedding, because I'm not.
Oh, fine, here we go.
I just need a couple of days to work with Raymond, just some time to teach him some techniques so that he can silence all his critics and secure his position.
Look, I feel bad about Raymond, but who's to say that he's even going to respond to your help? Huh?
I think he will after today. Honey, I'll be back by the 13th in time for our perfect Valentine's Day wedding, just as planned. Okay?
No, it's not okay, but you go ahead and you go on to Mendorra, and I'll call the church and I'll just cancel all our wedding plans.
Listen, Victoria, I know the pressure you're under, and I apologize if I've added to it, but please, please, please don't make a hasty decision.
Roger, I realize I have never run for political office, but I'm not naive. I covered politics in this city for years. I know how to read and interpret polls, and based on that poll, defeat is a certainty. I see no sense in wasting everybody's time and energy and money. It makes no sense.
Well, listen, there are no guarantees in any race. I mean, you could lead in the polls until Election Day and still lose the race. Or you could be trailing in the polls and still win. Every race is a gamble.
No, the odds are pretty clear to me right now.
What if we find a way to minimize this disaster? What if Clint decides to not walk out on your marriage?
He won't, and I am not going to ask him. But I am going to go and tell him that I'm getting out of this race. And I think the sooner I do that, the better.
When I woke up this morning, you know, I had a feeling deep down in my bones that said that we should say our I do's today.
In this very bed, right?
No. Downstairs in the parlor. I love it. It reminds me of the parlor we had in Texas.
You haven't even seen the parlor.
So I saw the parlor. I saw it when we checked in. I checked it out, and it looked perfect.
Well,
Huh.
we can't get married right now anyway.
Why not? Huh? Who says we have to wait 6 months to get married? I'll tell you who says we have to wait 6 months. The florists say that. The people you buy the crystal and the china from. The bridal coordinators, the bridal shops. That's who says you gotta wait 6 months.
Yeah, well, there are also...
Yeah, whoa.
The county...
Clerk?
Clerk?
The license? We can get that. Priest? Hell, I can take care of everything. Leave the details up to me. We're set. You just wait right here.
Howard, Rosemary, could you come up here, please?
Max, we couldn't possibly talk to those nice people with nothing on.
Well, then you better put something on, shouldn't you?
I really do think that you are going absolutely bonkers.
And you know what? If I'm going absolutely raving bonkers, it's because of you. You got that? Now, you better hurry up. I hear them hitting the stairs.
I'm getting there, but I'm such a mess. I don't understand.
Yes, you are! No, you're not. You look absolutely wonderful. Or you won't be ready.
I don't know.
My pants. Hi!
You all right? We thought we heard a scream.
Ah, yes, I did scream. I was having a nightmare, but I'm fine now.
Oh, thank goodness. We didn't know quite what to do.
Oh, I'm sorry if I frightened you.
Do you two know anything about the regulations for getting married in this state?
Well, you have to be 18 to get married without your parents' consent.
I think we're past that. Is there any waiting period?
No, you just apply for a license, pay your money, sign, and then go straight to the preachers.
Are you two lovebirds thinking of tying the knot
Yes, we are. Tonight.
tonight?
Tonight. Yeah, is it possible?
Well, the courthouse closes at 5, but We know the county clerk very well.
I think he'd be glad to help you.
Oh, could you call him for us?
Sure. He also happens to own the jewelry store in case you're in the market for a ring.
Does he take credit cards? Yeah, okay. And I think we're also in the market for a justice of the peace.
Well, Judge Donovan usually spends Friday night at the Chamber of Commerce, but he might be persuaded to change for a night.
Oh, that would be great. Listen, Howard, would you do me the great honor of being my best man?
It would be my pleasure.
Wonderful. Gabrielle?
Oh, everything has happened so quickly.
Well.
Rosemary, would you be my matron of honor?
I certainly will.
Oh, this is good. This is good. When do you think we can put this all together?
Well, I think we should be able to do it by 8 o'clock.
8 it is. Good?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, well, come along. We've got calls to make, flowers to arrange, a parlor to vacuum.
No, don't worry about the vacuuming. You were both wonderful. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm getting married in the evening. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime.
What are we doing?
I'm singing in a bad English accent. That's what I'm doing.
What are we doing?
We are becoming Mr. and Mrs. Max Holden.
I love you more than anything. But this is going so fast. What if we're making a mistake?
You're asking me to choose between helping Raymond and our wedding?
Oh, honey.
Bo, if there were some other way, I mean, I would be happy to do it, but there's not. I don't know what a difference a couple days makes.
When you see, you haven't even
I
let me
used to
finish what
think
I was
that you were the most unselfish man in the world, and suddenly I'm beginning to wonder if maybe Clint's ultimatums aren't starting to run.
My idea was for us to get married in Mendorra.
What?
What? No, you don't like the idea?
Can we do that?
Of course we can do it. Heck, we know the future king. He can handle all the legalities, and then you could work with Raymond a little bit, and we could have our Valentine's Day wedding.
Oh, yeah. It would be so romantic. We could get married in some old church that was just steeped in thousands of years of tradition, and then we could just walk across some picturesque square over to our small, intimate wedding reception.
Yeah, and then we can honeymoon a little chalet up there in the Alps, or we can just tour around Europe if you want to.
Right. Nobody's going to be offended because the wrong people were invited to the wedding.
See
yes.
that? Huh? Am I a genius or what?
Yes, you are. A brilliant man. I love you. You're so generous and kind and...
Now what?
Don't tell me you changed your mind now.
It just occurred to me. Who's going to look after Tugger?
I already talked to Tugger. He'd be happy to stay with Clint. I know Clint would be happy to have him. So, when does your plane leave?
Tonight.
Tonight? I gotta make a reservation. And I have to pack.
Yeah.
And at the rate we're going, I'm not gonna have time.
You're right. First things first.
Come in. Oh, hello.
Hello.
If you came here to clean out your files, I'll work in the city room.
No. No, I came to talk to you.
I thought we had pretty much said everything there was to say.
There's something you have to know, Clint. I'm seriously considering withdrawing from the mayoral race.
Oh, Viki, I told you the other night that I don't want you resenting me for the rest of your life because I forced you to quit.
I'm not doing this because of your demands, or even because I thought it might help us to reconcile. I have realized, Clint, that I cannot turn back the clock and be the kind of a woman that you want me to be. For better or for worse, I guess I have changed. And if you can't accept me the way I am, then we probably don't belong together anymore.
Then why are you quitting?
Because I would like to run on the issues, and I won't be able to do that once our marital problems become public.
Getting a little too hot in the kitchen?
Oh, Clint, come on. I never had any illusions that I wouldn't be criticized or challenged. And if I thought the flack would die down in a week or two, I would tough it out, but it won't. The personal questions are going to go on forever.
What happened to your will to win? The fact that you thought you could make a difference?
Well, hopefully Herb Callison will make the difference. I think he's a good man with good ideas, and I think he can be trusted.
If we kept our personal problems private, you wouldn't have to quit, would you?
No, I wouldn't. But as much as I would like to win, it would be rather a hollow victory if I compromised my principles.
Viki, you put your marriage, our marriage, on the line because of your principles. If you back out of this race now because of your principles, you're going to have nothing left but your principles. I mean, you will have lost your campaign, you will have lost your marriage.
Well, that's something I'm going to have to live with, isn't it? Hopefully Herb Callison will pick up my crusade, so it shouldn't be a total loss.
Gabrielle, we belong together. We can make each other happy. You gotta trust me on this, okay? You gotta quit being afraid of these dreams and superstitions.
It's more than the dreams. It's doing everything so fast and doing it here instead of at home with our son. I hate him to miss out on all the fun.
Listen, the thing that would make him happier than anything in the world is us being a real family. Now, he's gonna be the happiest camper in this country when we go back to that bar and we tell him that neither of us is ever leaving him again. Okay?
You're right.
Good.
You're right. But then there's my mother. She's
your
gonna
mother.
have my neck.
Forget your mother, okay? She'll be fine. She's gonna be so happy you're not in the convent for the rest of your life. She won't care that you missed the ceremony.
You don't know my mum.
I know your mom. Believe me, I know your mom. 10 minutes, she'll be destroyed for 10 minutes, then she'll get over it. And as far as everyone else is concerned, no one else was giving us a chance. No one else was rooting for us, so to hell with them. Who cares what they think?
Andy will care. Andy will probably do everything she can to talk you out of marrying me.
Look, and it's not Andy doesn't like you.
She hates me.
No, she doesn't. She thinks likes Megan, and she thought we'd be a great couple together, and it didn't work. So it's tough on her. And once she realizes how happy you make me, she's going to be on your side all the way. Now, are we on for tonight?
Yes, we are definitely on.
Oh, great. Good. Now we got to get dressed because we have to pick up rings and licenses, and you better put on something.
But I don't have anything to wear tonight.
You mean you don't have anything to wear? You got a blouse, you got a skirt, you got all that stuff.
I'm not going to wear this to get married to you in.
Why not?
Oh, there must be some stores open somewhere.
I wouldn't know about that.
Oh, there isn't going to be much time because I have to go with you to sign the licenses. That's such a shame because I really want to buy a new dress.
Hold it. Okay, I got a solution. You and Rosemary, tell you what, you take care of the dress and the decorations. I will see if I can talk the clerk into coming here to have you sign the license. Voila?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. Now, everything's okay? Everything is fine? Wait, what do you think? Do you want to be called Mrs. Max Holden, or do you want to be Mrs. Medina Holden? What?
Mrs. Max Holden.
Ooh, right choice. Okay, I'll be back.
Hey.
What?
Would you please be careful?
You know what? When I was 10 years old, I found this buried in the hillside not far from our ranch.
It's gold. It looks Indian.
Well, my pa said it was actually Spanish. Now, I figure it's a couple hundred years old, and I figured it was a good luck charm. And after all these years, it really has been one for me. Now, I want you to hold on to this for me. Now, when you start getting shaky, you hold on to this real tight, and it'll wash away all the doubt you have, and it'll just make you think about all the good things to come. I love you.
I love you.
We're getting married.
Wait, what? You're taking this?
Yes, I'm taking that. Mendorra's in the mountains. It's going to be freezing.
I'll keep you warm.
Honey, it would take you and this robe and 2 down comforters to keep me warm. You know how much I hate the cold.
Silk. Silk is a good insulator. Wear that little beige silk thing with the little lace all over.
Oh, okay, I will. I'll pack it right next to this. Now, give me this.
No, give me
Honey,
this.
give me that flannel robe.
No.
I thought Megan was meeting us at the airport.
That's got to be Clint. He's probably here to pick up Tugger.
Nah.
No. Oh, oh. You're going to pay for that. Clint, come on in. Appreciate you taking Tugger. I got his little bag packed up with food and toys.
Clint, if there's some problem and you don't want to...
No, I said I'd take him. I'll take him.
Why the hell are you so mad?
Oh, that damn mayoral campaign. There's just been one problem after another, and this is the latest one. Now, you're not going to like it. It's probably going to shock you a little bit, but you better take a look at it.
Oh. What is it? Is this the integrity Mrs. Buchanan will bring to City Hall? Damn.
How do we respond to questions?
Just say no comment. No, wait. Say that Mrs. Buchanan will make a statement later tonight.
Who would do this to me?
Well, my guess would be the drug dealer. He probably had somebody following you around all day, just waiting for you to make a slip he could catch you on, and he found it on this perfectly innocent embrace and pounced on it.
Is there anything perfectly innocent between us?
Now, what do you mean by that?
Sometimes wonder if something like this wasn't inevitable.
Victoria, you know as well as I do this is yellow journalism at its worst. We have grounds for a lawsuit here.
Oh, no, please. That would only make everything much worse.
Listen, you made sacrifice after sacrifice because you care about this town. What do you want to just throw it all away and be remembered as the failed candidate who got caught in a love triangle?
Roger, the damage has been done. No matter how many lawsuits we file now, the voters are always going to wonder about our relationship. And when Clint sees this, all his suspicions will be confirmed.
Look, the hell with Clint. He'll think whatever he wants. But the voters, that's another story. I still believe in their intelligence, and I'm not going to let you run away and hide.
I decided to get out of this race long before I saw the newspaper.
Look, if you're willing to fight, we can turn this rotten mess to your advantage.
I think that the pressures of this campaign are getting to you.
Look, despite our feelings for each other, this embrace was innocent.
Well, I know that, and you know that.
And the public has to know it, too. You have to explain the situation. You tell them about the drug dealer's threats, about the fears you had for your children. Then the public will be incensed, and any scheme this editor had to discredit you will just backfire in his face.
That sounds simple enough.
Yeah, well, it'll also backfire in Mr. Drug Kingpin's face. And it'll also put the drug dealers on notice that if anything happens to you or any member of your family, you'll hold them responsible. Look, Victoria, you have to go on the offensive. Dare them to come after you. The voters will love it.
Maybe they will. That still leaves the question of my marriage, which is on the rocks. And it is going to be the central issue in my campaign. You know that. Now, the voters may be convinced by us that we're not lovers, but there's still going to be all kinds of questions.
Not if you beat them to the punch and tell them the truth.
You tell them why Clint left me?
No, you just say you're having problems in your marriage, but those problems won't affect the way you govern.
Do you think that they will believe that I'll keep my promises to them?
Well, we won't know unless you try.
Oh, come on, Roger. Are we kidding ourselves now or what?
Look, Victoria, even if you lose the election, you'll still be a winner because you're not a quitter. Come on, after all, you haven't given up on Clint. This town deserves that much effort, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. All right, I'll go for it then. All right.
Gee, I wish I could hug you, but I never thought I'd see you smile again.
What would I do without you?
Well, after this election is over, I hope we can continue our partnership. And I don't mean that politically.
Well, I mean, there must be some explanation for this.
Well, of course there is. And I'll tell you
Never
what.
mind. I don't want to know. I already know your opinion on my father. I don't need to hear you rake him over the coals again.
Sarah, this is a deliberate attempt to destroy Viki's lead in the polls by destroying her reputation.
Yeah, well, this is rotten journalism at its worst, I'll admit that. But you said over the phone that Viki was about ready to drop out of the race
That's
anyway.
right, and this will cinch it. She's sure to quit now. You know, Herb Callison is friends with the publisher, and he is friends with the editor.
So you think Herb Callison is behind it?
Ha! I'd bet the banner on it. But I'll tell you what, I don't care what kind of relationship Roger and Viki have. I know her well enough to know that she would not flaunt it.
Neither would my father.
Well, maybe not. But something very serious must have happened for her to let her guard down like that in public. And of course, Herb Callison's weasels were there with a camera and captured it.
It's probably Megan. I'll get it in the other room.
Do you believe that garbage?
Yeah, but I just can't believe that you're so riled up. Now, if Viki quit, isn't that what you wanted in the first place?
Bo, our marriage is over. And for what? A failed campaign for mayor?
So if she goes ahead and runs and then she wins, it's not gonna hurt so much. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is I hate to see her end up with zero, especially because of trash like that. It makes my blood boil.
That makes my blood boil too, but for different reasons. This makes me mad as hell at you, big brother, because you've been so stubborn. You told me that the way you and Viki feel about each other, that's not enough to keep your marriage together.
It isn't.
Yeah, well, if it's your marriage that you want to end, then just write all this off to dirty politics. But I don't think that you want it to end.
It's too late for our marriage.
It's never too late, though, to say to somebody, I made a mistake. I'm telling you, and you did, big brother. You as much as said to Viki, if I can't have you on my terms, then I don't want you. And you...
We interrupt our program. Report from the
And I put the champagne on ice.
Oh, I was going to help you, but I just forgot.
Oh, well, you were very busy getting my bouquet ready. I want to thank both of you for your kindness. You will always be so close in my heart and Max's.
And you and Max in ours.
What time is it?
Don't worry. Relax. Everything's under control.
Well, not quite. You see, I still need to find a dress. Can I borrow your car?
You know, the most beautiful dress I ever saw was the one Rosemary wore 35 years ago.
It's very old, but it's still in perfect condition.
Are you offering for me to wear your wedding gown?
Believe it or not, once upon a time, I was almost as slim as you. If we take a nip here and a tuck there, it'll be fine. Unless you think it's too old-fashioned.
Oh, no. I would be so honored to wear your gown, and I would get it right back to you after the ceremony.
Nonsense. You can keep it for a while. I won't be needing it. It brought me 35 fabulous years.
Well, then perhaps it'll be an omen for me as well.
Oh, you and your young man don't need good omens.
He's right.
I know true love when I see it.
My Howard is always right.
This suit.
Oh, Howard has the suit if Max wants to spruce himself up a bit.
Oh, I'm sure he'd like to.
Shall I bring the dress up? See if it fits?
Well, you have plenty of time, Rosemary.
Well, actually, before you do that, I'd like to make a phone call, if that's all right.
Oh, go ahead, and we'll see about dinner.
Holler if you need anything.
Okay. Hello. Hello, this is Gabrielle Medina. I would like to speak to Sister Amelia, please.
You know, I don't get Clint. 1 minute he's angry because Viki is running for mayor, and then the next minute he's mad because the opponents are using some kind of dirty politics or something. What does the guy want?
He wants to reconcile with Viki. But in the Buchanan family, the men have a tradition that they'd rather shoot themselves in the foot than admit they made a mistake.
I see. If you admit you make a mistake, you're not a man?
Well, according to tradition, yeah.
You're not like that. You're every bit enough man for me.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I'm not asking you to prove it right at this particular moment. We have to pack.
We have this other tradition that says never go on a long trip unless you're totally relaxed.
Really? I'll go make you some tea.
It's okay. We got plenty of time. Paradise.
Honey. Hey. I'm lying on the dryer. You know, sweetheart, I think you're right about these netties. I'm not going to be needing
them. Sure do appreciate your picking me up. I was about frozen solid. Almost didn't see you out there. People are scared of hitchhikers. Yeah.
It's taken me weeks to get this far.
There's a lot of strange people out there in the world.
I guess.
Do you have any reason to be afraid of you?
No, not unless you're afraid of catching my cold.
No. So where are you headed?
I don't care, just as long as it's a big city.
I'm not going too far. I can drop you off at the main highway.
It's fine.
Come from a small town, huh?
How'd you guess?
Because I went off to the big city looking for excitement, too.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I did.
Well, you sound disappointed.
No, not disappointed. I've just got a new set of priorities now.
Did you get tired of adventure?
No, actually, I'm starting the greatest adventure of my life.
Huh?
I'm getting married. I just picked up the rings.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Everybody says when you find the right girl, you know it. You think that's true?
No. But believe me, if it's meant to be, sooner or later you will know. And when you do, don't let anything stop you.
Sister Amelia, thank you for coming over.
It's a joy to see you again. I didn't know after your call earlier when I would be seeing you.
Yes, I know, but I have such special news. I want to share it with you. Please sit down.
Thank you.
I have finally found the peace that I was looking for, although I didn't expect to find it in this way.
God grants grace in many different ways.
Yes. And I know that you knew that I was trying to find it at the convent, that I wanted to devote my life in the service of God. And all of the sisters were so welcoming to me. Everyone told me I was doing the wrong thing, but I was so certain at the time. And then, of course, I ran away. I feel very guilty about that, but it was beyond my control.
There is no need to feel guilty. We should all listen to the voice in our hearts and follow it.
I certainly hope that my heart is leading me down the right path.
With Max.
Yes. We're going to be married tonight. You don't approve?
Oh, I do. I'm just surprised that everything is happening so quickly. Oh, I am very happy for you. But why on earth would you think that I would be upset?
Your approval means everything to me.
Marriage is ordained by God, and your union with Max is a sign of our Lord's love. And through fulfillment of your mutual love, you can reach out to other people, and that's what serving the Lord is all about. We'll have a special Mass for you this evening.
Thank you.
Be happy. And thank you for reminding me that happy endings are possible.
Well, what do I do? Attack the article first, or just announce that Clint and I have separated?
No. You attack the article first. Then you talk about the drug dealer's threats. Then you talk about the divorce.
Pulled some quotations you might want to use.
Thank you very much,
Thanks.
Jolene.
Well, I wish I could face these barracudas for you.
I think in a way you are. You give me the strength and the will to fight.
Well, I think the TV cameras are ready, so go get them, kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, no doubt you have all by now seen this issue of the Evening Star. The photograph and the article that accompanies it are, I think, a rather desperate and despicable attack on me, an attempt to impugn my character, to try to get me to drop out of the race for mayor, and to end my crusade against the drug dealers who are threatening our society. Well, I have news for you. I am not dropping out of the race, and I refuse to end my crusade to rid this city of drugs. Roger Gordon and I are not lovers. However, since this front page libel has brought my personal life into question, I would like to clarify some things for you right now.
Will you comment on the photo of your wife with Roger Gordon?
Mr. Buchanan, we've heard rumors that you've moved out of Landfair. Is that true?
I wish you had called me and let me know that you were going to hold a press conference.
What are you doing here?
What about the rumors that you don't want your wife to run for mayor? Are they true?
Kay, let me ask you something. Would I be here if I weren't supporting my wife?
What about the photo in the Evening Star?
Well, since my wife is a candidate, I think it's only appropriate that she answer your questions.
Well, Mrs. Buchanan, is that picture a fake?
No. No, the picture is not a fake. Roger Gordon and I were embracing at Landview Hospital. I had just returned from a meeting with one of our city's drug dealers. A meeting that I was taken to blindfolded and at gunpoint.
Who is he?
Where did the meeting take place?
Did he threaten you?
I don't know who he is because he would not let me see his face. And I don't know where it was because as I said, I was blindfolded. But yes, he did threaten me. And he threatened my children. And he told me to get out of the race for mayor, and he told me to get out of town. And it was an absolutely terrifying experience. And when I got back to the hospital, I ran into Roger and I told him about it, and he put his arms around me to comfort me, and some enterprising photographer took this picture. The result of all this is that I'm going to ask the police for protection for myself and for my children. But I will not give in to threats or intimidation. Mr. Gordon, quite frankly, is considering suing the Evening Star, and I may very well join in the action.
What about your marriage? Is it in trouble?
Like all married couples, Viki and I have our problems. But we're going to work them out. In private, not in public. The important thing for all the voters to know and understand is that there's absolutely no reason, and there's nothing scandalous in these two people. Roger, come up here. And these two people embracing. Roger Gordon is a friend of the family. And he's Viki's campaign manager. Now, people love gossip. It sells newspapers, raises the ratings for television. But there are important issues facing this community right now, issues that demand and need our attention, our very lives. And the lives of our children depend on our ridding this community of drugs and crime and homelessness. And with your help, my wife will not only find the solutions, she'll make them work.
You see, a nip here and a tuck there, and it fits perfectly.
It is absolutely beautiful.
My mother made it.
May I come in now?
Yes, dear. Howard can't be left out of anything.
You look as beautiful as my Rosemary did on our wedding day. As beautiful as she did on our wedding anniversary.
Howard, don't you dare cry.
No tears from any of you. This is such a joyous, happy day, and I want to thank both of you for making this the most wonderful day of my life.
Well, you and Max have made it a pretty special day for us, too. I have to go ice the wedding cake.
Yes, I better see about that tie with the suit.
If thou follows thy star, thou canst not fail of glorious heaven. Oh, Lord, you haven't failed me. Thank you for giving me Max's love, and I will cherish and be faithful to him always. Keep us true to your commandments. And always, dear Lord, always keep us safe together.
Oh, man, I messed up.
You know where this road leads?
Nope. Don't have a clue. I'm new to these parts, too. Look, I'm real sorry about this.
Oh, it's okay. At least we're warm.
Yeah. Listen, let me know if you spot any farmhouses. Maybe we can pull over and ask for some directions.
Maybe we should turn around and head back the way we came.
Oh, boy, Gabrielle's going to be getting worried by now. She'll be back waiting at the end with the Justice of the Peace and the county clerk and all the witnesses.
I'm Frank Gifford. Join us as Jill Trenery, Christy Yamaguchi, and more compete for skating's national title. The U.S. Figure Skating Championships, live on ABC's Wide World of Sports, Saturday.
Tomorrow, following Mission Impossible, Columbo sniffs out a ruthless politician on the ABC Saturday Mystery.